everyone. Welcome back to another Indie Comics Talk. And I realize my microphone is like way away from me right now. There we go. Tonight, I've got Brett Murphy with me. Unfortunately, Wilson wasn't able to join us tonight, but maybe in the future we'll get him on. Brett and Wilson have created several comics already and got another one coming out. They're the creators of Paranormal Hitmen and Kingdom Come Deliverance from Sumerian Comics, and now have a book coming out from Keenspot Entertainment called Toy, which is in Preview's catalog right now. Welcome in, Brett.
Thanks for having me back on. I'm glad to come on tonight.
Yeah, it's always great having you on here. Love everything that you've got coming out so far. So happy to talk about this new one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, thanks for coming in here and watching, Michael. Appreciate the support. Having a good Thursday. But just gonna send one more tweet out to the Twitter world, telling them we're live. But so tonight we're talking about Toy from Keenspot. What is Toy about?
Yeah, so Toy is kind of an all ages book. We're trying to go for like a feel of a 90s Nickelodeon cartoon, kind of similar to Rocko's Modern Life or Ren and Stimpy. Basically, it follows a toy bunny who is, a great inventor. And, he kind of has a different adventure each issue. And there's a lot of crazy supporting characters that are going to be in the series. And there's a lot of like fart humor, and it's going to be a good book, especially to get kids into reading comics. I feel like it's kind of more geared towards the 8 to 13-year-old range, but at the same time it has some humor in there for adults that hopefully they can kind of feel nostalgic with the 90s Nickelodeon cartoons and Cartoon Network cartoons as well.
Yeah, and I mean, I feel like a lot of animation, especially nowadays, has that double layer to it, where it's got that humor for the kids, and then maybe some like overarching messages that adults are going to pick up on and going to really appreciate in the story.
Yeah, that's what we were going for. I have kids of my own, and they, I feel like I watch more of the shows with them, like on Cartoon Network, like Adventures of Gumball and Clarence and all those shows, because it's kind of, they have some hidden jokes in there for adults, and it's something that adults can enjoy as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to say that I think I know he doesn't get too much time in this issue, but I think Brutus is my favorite of the characters.
Oh yeah.
A genius when it comes to numbers. I thought that
Yeah, oh yeah. It's me, well, Wilson and I had a lot of fun kind of creating these side characters. And issue one has a lot of funny characters in it. And issue two we're working on now is going to be kind of the same thing. And that's a good thing. We were talking about it earlier. That's the fun thing with the series, is each issue is its own separate story. So if you miss issue one, it's not like a regular comic series where it's like an arc where you need to read it in order. It's, each issue is kind of its own separate episode.
Just like with the animation and every show having those, maybe there's like connecting points, but overall there's these individual isolated things, and everything wraps up by the end.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So you get that season finale crossover episode or whatever crazy stuff they do on TV these days.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one of the good things about it, is you don't have to like kind of stick to a story and follow along that way.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun reading this issue. I know it's maybe like we said, it's mostly targeted for the younger audience, but with those extra little messages in there. So I think, especially in the comic community, there's a lot of fathers out there, mothers out there that can read this with their children. I think that would be. I think that's a great place for people to look at picking this up.
Yeah, definitely. And I the cool thing about doing this with Wilson is, he has kids as well, and we're kind of getting their feedback too, seeing if they like it. And he had his kids read it, and I had my kids and their friends read it, and
Yeah,
they were laughing at it the whole time. So I mean, I guess if they're laughing at it and liking it, then I guess that's our audience. So
you
kind
hit
of
the
go
mark
off of
then.
what they like.
Yeah. Uh, with with having done Paranormal Hitman and Kingdom Come Deliverance, did you kind of switch up the genre and the target audience here because you wanted to target something that you thought your kids would enjoy?
Um, Part of it, that's part of it. Wilson had these characters. He had, I guess, sketched out Toy and the other side characters. Well before I met him, and
Okay.
once we got done with Paranormal Hitmen, he showed me all his sketches for Toy, and he said he wanted to make it a series,
Okay.
and he asked me to write and create some characters with him. So I loved it, and I was a big fan of like the Nickelodeon cartoons in the '90s as well as Cartoon Network. So
Yeah.
I was definitely on board, and you know, we started creating the the story from there, and kind of he had an idea of where he wanted it to go, and then I just kind of came up with the storyline,
Yeah.
and yeah, we went from there. But it's definitely a lot of fun, you know, uh, because it's something that I can share with my kids, whereas like the other comics that I've created so far, I can't really show them yet because
Yeah.
of cursing
Yeah.
and bullets and
Blood
yeah.
and death and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, people's heads getting cut off.
yeah, not quite appropriate for them yet.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah, so it's cool to get to show them this artwork and stuff like that.
No, that I think I love the artwork, and I feel like I'm looking at it, and I've seen a lot of Wilson's stuff, and it looks so different for his typical style, and I like that. And maybe it's the brighter colors or something in this, but I like it. I like the style that he's got going on in it.
Yeah, yeah, I think he killed it on his art, and I think it shows in this series a lot because this is kind of like his passion project. This is kind of
Yeah,
like his creation. So he's like, yeah, he's making sure that it's like, it's really, you know,
yeah.
perfect.
Like I liked his art before, but I think it almost felt like a level up of his art. And maybe it is that passion project. He's like, I'm putting it all, I'm putting it all in
Yeah.
here. I'm getting the art to the next level. Whatever the case there, but I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, yeah, he killed it, and you know, the second issue that he's working on now too. He showed me some sketches today, and he's knocking it out of the park. He's doing
Yeah.
a real good job with it.
Um,
And honestly, I mean, we also start working on Paranormal Hitmen, the second volume, and I
okay.
think his art leveled up there too. It's
Yeah.
I know he's been studying a lot of different styles, and um, yeah, he some of the art that he showed me already for the second volume of that is phenomenal as well.
Taking it up a notch.
Yeah, yeah.
That's awesome. We'll come back to volume 2 of Paranormal Hitman, but I do want to show
Yeah.
like the just I mean I think this cover is a good example of kind of the art to expect on the interiors as well. Just I don't know, the bright colors and the dark lines really, for me, that's something I appreciate in art. And I think maybe that's somewhat like it's something I think Jen Bartel also does. Her style's completely different from this, but it's that like thick line and really bright
Mm-hmm.
pop. So I don't know. It was fun reading through this.
Yeah, yeah, and yeah, and he does a great job too with like the different gadgets in there too, and kind of making them pop on the page. And yeah,
Yeah,
it's yeah, definitely did a good job, and he does all the colors too on it. So yeah, he kind
yeah.
of does everything.
With with the the design of the characters and everything. I know you said he had some of these already like in his head or sketched out from just kind of like doodling and creating stuff before. What
Yeah.
are you able to say like which of these like he had before? Which ones did you guys kind of create together?
Yeah, so in this picture, yeah, he had Toy, who's like the main character, who's a little bunny. Croc, who's one of his best friends in the airplane with him there, and Lily Buttercup, who's a cat in the big
Hmm.
mechanical suit. Yeah, he had those three uh, like all sketched out before, and
Yeah.
like different character designs. One of the other main characters that we introduced, Wrench, who's Toy's assistant and his other best friend, we kind of came up with that together. It was kind of a suggestion that we kind of add humans to this as well.
Okay.
Because when we first started it, it was kind of just going to be all animals, but we kind of switched around and added humans in there as well, and that's where we kind of came up with Wrench.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, because there were two humans I think in the first issue, if I'm remembering. A
Uh,
reporter and her.
yeah. So for the yeah, there's a couple. There's a couple that work for Lily.
Oh, right. I forgot the whole
Yeah.
corporation.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's two in there too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I got it. I got so engrossed in like the action part, like kind
Yeah.
of the second half of it, I forgot there's humans in there too. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So there's like two in each part of the story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I like that. I like that balance though. Like it's an interesting world where we've got an anthropomorphic toy too.
Yeah, it's just a whole bunch of kind of wackiness going on in these issues.
Well, you said like you guys pulled some inspiration from like Rocco's Modern World and some other like animation things. Were there any others in particular that you feel like you're like, yes, I like what they're doing here. I want to pull that energy into this comic.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know for me it was like Rocko's Modern Life, Ren and Stimpy,
Modern Life, I
regular
just
shows,
butchered the
like
name
all
of
the. Nah, it's
it. It's been a while.
yeah, yeah, no, yeah. Hopefully they come back, or hopefully they kind of revive some of those '90s shows. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's like the '90s Nickelodeon cartoons are kind of a big inspiration. I know Wilson. Shoot, I think Gravity Falls. That's the one that Wilson was kind of
Okay.
going
Yeah.
towards.
I
He
never.
kind of.
Oh, go ahead. I was gonna say something
Oh,
about
I
it.
was just gonna say that's who he kind of when I first started writing it, he kind of said to watch Gravity Falls and kind of wanted it to kind of feel like that too.
Okay. I never watched Gravity Falls, but like I always heard really good things about it.
Yeah. I started watching some of it when Wilson suggested it, just to get a feel. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'd never watched it before.
Yeah, it was. I feel like because it's not currently ongoing right now, but I feel like it was like a couple years back, maybe 5 years back, that it was real big, right?
Yeah, it might have been. Yeah, it was kind of like out of my. I kind of had to go back and watch it on. I don't know if it was on like Disney or Paramount or one of those channels. So I had to go
Yeah,
back and watch it on.
because I think I was in college and there was some friends that I had that really enjoyed it because it had that again that duality of we've got the kids humor, we've got the adult humor, we've got the like overarching more mature messages and things like that going on.
Yeah.
Um, so I remember there were some friends that were really into it for that, but I never got the chance to sit down and watch it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to try to finish, watching the series. But I just watched like an episode or two. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's what we're kind of going for.
Okay. So what keeps you, I guess, in the writing spirit and motivated, with all the different projects you got going on?
Yeah, it's just getting the stories out there. I just got a lot of stories I want to be told and different characters I want to kind of introduce to the world. And it's coming up with different ideas. Like with this book or series toy, it's each issue coming up with different characters, different crazy villains. I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I kind of compare it to like a video game. Like each issue kind of has its own different boss, like own different
Okay.
villain, and just seeing like that come to life with Wilson's art. And yeah, I mean, it's just different stories kind of keep me going and different characters.
Okay. Is there anything with like your writing process? Just throw Groot off of here. I feel like Groot's the appropriate person to be watching. We've got a cute character for a
Yeah, he's the
kinda,
perfect one for toy.
right. You need like a that there you go. There's inspiration for a new character. Is just a character that it says one thing only.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea.
No relation to Groot. Doesn't look like Groot, so Disney can't come after you. But
Yeah, I'll have a mouse after us.
yeah, we don't need the mouse hunting you down.
Nah.
But I was gonna say, with like what's like part of your writing process? Do you like get a cup of coffee, get some good music going, or you just kind of do you write kind of in a certain place, or how do you feel about all that stuff?
Yeah, like usually when I come up with ideas, I like listening to music and just walking around. And I started um carrying around like a little notepad,
Hmm.
and I'll just like have like random things just come to my mind, even if it's like just like something funny that I just think of, like a line or something like that. I'll just write it down and try to use it in one of the stories somewhere, or just coming up with like different like plot lines and stuff. But yeah, I feel like walking around just listening to music is really helpful and kind of relaxing, and kind of creates like stress free atmosphere to kind of open up the mind.
Yeah. It's funny. So like you were talking about like having things. I just got these in a box from like the Brandon Sanderson Kickstarter of books and things, and it's one of the characters says there are still stories to tell, and it's just sticky notes. They all
A
say that,
notepad.
and then there's Dream Big, Idiot. I was like, those are perfect for writing down like random ideas and things. And
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's perfect. Just like coming up with like different stuff, just writing it down, and
yeah,
yeah, that's it. And then it's always good to go back and be like, oh yeah, that's what I was thinking of, or
That's what
And
that
then they're
meant.
going back and tweaking it. Yeah.
Yeah. I always like, I haven't gotten to like actually really doing writing, but like anytime I'm like, that would be a cool story. Like I just leave myself a note on my phone and I kind of forget I have these notes on my phone. But
Yeah,
one
go
day,
back. Yeah, you should do it. Yeah.
they'll get looked at and I'll be like, what was that again? What did that mean? But no, I think that's always like, that's great. Like the music, pulling in inspiration and like getting your mind open. What types of
Yeah.
things do you usually go for? Like genres of music?
I'm a big like rock, like blues rock type person. Like I listen to like anywhere from like Alabama Shakes to like White Stripes, Jack White.
Yeah. Jack White. Yeah. He's got some good stuff.
Yeah, and then a lot of the Killers. I'm a big fan of
Yeah.
the Killers. So yeah,
Cool. Good inspirational music there.
yeah, yeah. Just I don't know. I feel like that just kind of like calms me down.
Calms
It's
the
weird,
mind
like Jack
down.
White like calms you down, but yeah,
Some of it hypes me up, I guess, and it does the
yeah,
opposite. But that could be good too. You need like the beat, the rhythm to kind of really get into the writing mood, I guess sometimes.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Um, I'll say speaking of that, do you try to like put certain beats into your writing? I know that's kind of translating music to the stories, but like do you try to hit certain things as you're going along in a story?
Yeah, I felt like I try to do that more with like Kingdom Come Deliverance, like with the killing scenes and stuff like that. Like kind of
Yeah.
like put like almost like metal kind of like beats to it on some of the parts with like people's when they got their heads cut off by the
Yeah.
different armies and stuff like that. But
Yeah, there's
yeah,
a lot
yeah,
of death in that one.
yeah. It's funny. Yeah, going from Kingdom Come Deliverance to Toy with thank you.
Yeah, we
Thank
had
you, Geek
Roscoe.
Out with Roscoe.
Yeah, we had Paranormal Hitmen where there was some death. Well, and I guess a lot of people who were already dead.
Yeah.
And then Kingdom Come Deliverance where we got a lot of death, and then we went to uh, cute
Yeah, cute.
animals and toy and some humans where there's some fighting, but I'd assume probably no death for an all ages children's book.
Yeah, no blood or guts or anything like that in Toy.
Yeah, fun
Yeah, we got
violence, throwing a
a cute little kitten and a toy and a sexy accountant, I guess, in there.
the last little bit was pretty funny too about the accountant.
Oh, the ad. Yeah,
Yeah,
I loved Ren and Stimpy where they had the um the ads in there like for log and the powder toast man and stuff. So I kind of like
yeah,
I wanted to kind of stick with what we did in Paranormal Hitman with the ads at the end. So
yeah.
each issue of Toy is going to have that kind of fake ad, 2-page ad at the end of each issue.
Okay. I
Yeah.
like that. I think another book I saw do that was Murder Hobo. That was coming from Scout Comics.
Okay.
It was like these in world ads, and I was just like,
Yeah. Yeah.
it felt more immersive. You know, you're into the world a little bit more, and so our sexy accountant man, I think he did that with his little ad at the end.
Yeah, an ad for his accounting tax season services
Just to,
and
show what he
comes
looks
out
like.
just yeah, there you go.
Sexy accountant man. Better call me, Phil Phillips, CPA. The A stands for affection. Love it. Yeah, some Ren and Stimpy love in the chat. from
Yeah,
Roscoe.
I loved that. I loved Ren and Stimpy. I was lucky enough. Bob Camp does a lot of the conventions and stuff, so I was lucky to meet him a couple times.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Anything in particular from Ren and Stimpy that you're like, I want to bring into toy, like any like certain. Do you want to like homage anything from Ren and Stimpy to bring in?
Not, I don't know about like homage anything. I just want to kind of bring that like
Vibe.
weird, quirky like humor to it. I think it would be cool. Like speaking of Bob Camp, like it would be cool. I should try to reach out to him and see if he wants to do like a variant cover or see if he still does anything like that. That'd be kind of cool.
We gotta get like because Ren and Stimpy had a comic at one point. If you could get
Yeah.
the like an homage to the Ren and Stimpy #1 comic or something thrown in there.
Yeah, I have a copy of issue one. I actually have a couple of I bought a couple at a convention a couple years ago. They were in like the dollar bins, like the different Ren and Stimpy issues.
Yeah.
I want to say one of them. I don't know. I might be mistaken it with a different comic. I want to say one of them might have had like a scratch and sniff, something
It's
like a
you're
cover or
right.
something like that.
An air fowler.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, with the big nose on
Yeah.
there. With the I don't know if that was like what that was in there. Like if you could scratch it and smell like kitty
Smell like
litter or
a
something.
fart or something. That must be it without it. Yeah, open the bag, secret message on cover.
Yeah, it was
And then
polybagged. I I didn't take it. I left it in the bag because I'm I guess weird like that. But
nah. I mean, a lot of
yeah,
those books that got polybagged back in the 90s were definitely still in those polybags today.
yeah, I have like I have the Simpsons that Simpson #1 was polybagged, and yeah, I leave everything in there because I'm crazy collector. So
But no, that's funny. That would be. I mean, it's probably too late to get that done for #1, but that would be pretty cool
yeah.
to see. Just you have something like that. It's like a B cover on another issue.
That would be awesome, especially if like Bob Camp could do like an homage to that or something like
Yeah,
that. That'd be pretty cool.
could have like Toy sitting here reading, or actually no, I feel like Toy would be back here. Like let's go invent something new. And what's our crocodile's name again?
Oh, Croc.
Croc. That's too easy. I
Yeah.
should have guessed.
Yeah.
Croc would be sitting here like reading or relaxing. It's kind of the vibe I got from Croc.
Yeah, that's spot on. It's no, that's a good idea. I'll have to
Gotta make
try.
me.
I mean, I think issue two we already have the covers in. We had to send them into Diamond, but yeah, issue three
Yeah.
definitely. I'll have to
Yeah.
talk to Wilson about that.
Which, speaking of all that, we were talking beforehand. It's not a monthly title, but it's going to be every other month, right?
Yeah. So it's going to be every other month is going to be a new issue of Toy.
So that'll be
Yeah.
Get time to catch up. Don't have to read super quick. You just kind of sit there and relax with it, and then there's 2 months, and you got the next issue. But
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
like we were talking about, you don't have to really remember too much between issues because it's almost like a new story each time.
Yeah, new story each time. So, if you miss the last issue, it's you're not going to be lost or anything like that. It's just going to be like missing an episode of like a TV show, like a
Yeah,
cartoon TV show.
like in the 90s. We're
Yeah,
just
exactly.
we're all going back to the 90s right now, and that's okay.
Yeah,
It's
the
a little
good
bit
old days.
in terms of entertainment. I feel like it was pretty good, especially the TV shows and everything.
Yeah, it was great because you didn't. I feel like, I mean, streaming services are great and all, but I feel like there's too much where
Yeah,
it's kind of like I don't know what to watch. Whereas in the '90s, it was like, hey, this is what you have to watch because it's all
I,
that's on.
I open Netflix all the time, and I'm like, scroll, scroll,
Oh
scroll,
yeah.
and then you're there like 20 minutes. You're like, I'm still not watching anything. My entertainment is scrolling through Netflix.
Oh yeah, my wife kills me. I always turn on Netflix and end up spending 30 minutes just scrolling through stuff.
Honestly, I think they have. I feel like there's like a random button somewhere if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah.
I feel like I need to try that one of these days and just let the Netflix gods decide what I'm watching.
Yeah.
Unless it's
Yeah.
bad and then just exit out.
Yeah, just get rid of it.
Yeah. Thumbs down. Please never show that again. So you mentioned besides working on Toy right now, you both are working on Volume 2 for Paranormal Hitman.
Yeah, so the script and all is done. For next issue, Wilson started sketching out and doing some of the pencils for it. And yeah, I'm really excited for it. It's we're having like a lot of fun with it. It's still going to be wacky and just trying to make it as crazy as possible and adding new characters and new
Yeah.
villains to it and new ghosts and new weapons and vehicles and yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun.
More to explore in the world of Paranormal Hitman.
Oh yeah, yeah, I'm very excited for the next volume and getting it out there.
Yeah. Do you know an approximate timeline when you're thinking, or is it going to be like still
Um,
undecided?
no, I gotta talk with Sumerian and try to figure out a timeline.
Okay.
I want to try to have at least a couple issues done before we solicit and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And maybe have like some more TV news as well, like when we go to solicit the next volume.
Yeah.
Um,
Is there
so
anything else that you're on progress right now that you're allowed to say with that other than what's already
um,
out there?
I don't know what I'm allowed to say and not
That's
say.
okay. That's okay.
um,
I don't
I
want to get you in
know
trouble.
I know it's progressing,
That's good.
but yeah, that I guess that's all I can say is it's progressing.
Because sometimes we get the news that like something's been optioned and then
Yeah.
it's nothing. It's silence for like 5-6 years and nothing actually progresses, and then the option deal like goes away, and then someone else may
I
option it down the line. But so that's awesome to hear that something is happening
yeah,
more
it's
than just
not
that
just
they took that option.
yeah, it's not just I guess standing still. Like there's stuff going on behind the scenes.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what I love to hear about, like especially like projects that I love reading in the comics. I'm like, I want to see it out there on the big or small screen, or
Yeah.
however adaptations are happening for the different projects. And it's like it's just quiet, and you're like, well, it's not happening. Like Netflix had optioned Something's Killing the Children, and that was like what, a year and a half, 2 years ago. It's quiet, no news, no nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean I, yeah, I know it takes a while to like get there's just so
Yeah,
many different pieces you have to like get on board with, like writers, actors, showrunners, studio,
yeah.
like yeah. I think that's the thing, like I'm learning now. Like it's not like gonna happen like in a month where it's like, all right,
Oh
we're
yeah.
here, we're ready to go. Like it takes a while to kind of build up a team and everything, because they want to make sure that it's done right. They don't want
Oh
to,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
which I'm totally on board with and totally get. And yeah, it's just
Absolutely.
yeah, it's just a process, and just have fun with it.
With it, how much input do you and Wilson get? Will you guys kind of be like executive producers on it or something like that, where you can kind of say, hey, we think as like the people who created it, we think you guys are doing a great, taking it in a great direction, or I wouldn't do that, and kind of give them advice on things?
I know when we talked, I think that, they said they wanted to kind of keep us like involved in some way. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if they ask for our advice, I would, I guess, give some input, but I'm not gonna, Wilson and I are like real easygoing. Like we're not gonna stall anything or, say,
Right.
hey, this is completely wrong. We're gonna
Be
stay
kind of
in our own
let
lanes
them
and
come to
worry about
you.
the yeah, exactly. Like if they want to come to us for any like questions or anything, like we're gonna concentrate more on like the publishing and the comic side and make sure that's done right. We're gonna stay in our lane and
Okay.
let the professionals handle it
Yeah.
on the studio side.
Yeah. But no, it's cool that they're kind of like, hey, we're gonna keep you in on this, but you guys are like, you guys got this.
Yeah, yeah, we're not gonna be like, hey, I think you should do this instead.
His hair looks a
But
little wrong.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Like,
You
you
wouldn't
sure you want to
say
do
that.
this kind of shot on here?
Right, right. But I mean, everyone, I guess, feels differently about their projects and how much is like, it's. I guess it sounds like for you, it's like this is my baby, but it's off to college now, and I'm here if it needs me, but I'm not like telling it what to do.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm just like honored that somebody wanted to take it on as a
Yeah,
in the TV project. Like I'm not gonna get in anybody's way.
and I don't remember if we've had other news of Sumerian projects getting optioned or not. I'm trying to remember. Maybe there was one other, but I feel like that you're among the first of Sumerian comics projects that are out there getting optioned and put out there to new forms of media, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah. I know. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Fuck it.
I'm trying to remember what like sometimes I've heard things and I don't remember if they were like public things or not, so I don't want to.
Yeah, that's
It's
what
among the first.
I
Among the first.
yeah, I can't say because yeah, I don't want to.
That's why we'll stick with
Yeah,
among the first.
yeah, I don't want to like spoil anything because I,
Right.
I might know some stuff too, but I don't want to be like, hey, breaking news.
I
Yeah,
know sometimes doing interviews, people tell me things behind stage, and I'm like,
yeah,
all right, I got to put that in this part of the brain. I don't know that.
yeah. That's what like some of my friends will tell me stuff like that, like or projects they're working on, and like, oh, that's really cool. But then like I like make sure I don't tell anybody at like my comic shop or like anybody
Yeah,
where news will get out.
there's been some that I'm like, I have actually like forced. I forgot. Like I vaguely recall who told me something and sort of like maybe a publisher, but I pushed the rest out of my mind because I was like, I know this is not public and I can't remember this and accidentally say something. Um, but that I think that's the fun of some of this is talking to you guys and kind of getting to like be like, nope, I don't know these things. I can't. Don't tell me.
Yeah.
um, but no, I'm excited because I love Paranormal Hitmen, so I'm excited to see what they'll do with it down the line as they get to those next steps in the project.
Yeah, it's hopefully we have some more news here coming up soon. But yeah, I mean, I guess right now I'm just Wilson and I have started on the next couple issues. So yeah, hopefully next couple months we'll have some news with the second volume coming out.
Nice.
Yeah.
Are you working on writing any more comics at this time, or are you kind of focused on Toy and Paranormal Hitmen?
Yeah, so it's funny. Yeah, like we just said, I have something else, but I
Yeah,
can't
can't say it
announce.
yet.
Yeah, yeah,
No,
got something. Got a really cool license. You know, based on a movie that but there'll be more news down the line, but yeah, can't really say
right.
anything right now.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But no, that is that. You probably can't say who the artist would be with you on that. Um,
Yeah,
I
I
won't.
don't know
I
if
won't ask that question. The main reason I ask that is because you've worked with Wilson on everything that's been coming out so
yeah.
far, um, which I think that's cool. You guys have kind of got that relationship built up between writer and artist. And do you feel like at this point with Toy, you can kind of put less details into the writing, and Wilson's gonna know exactly what you're thinking?
Yeah, so yeah, that's like the cool thing working with Wilson is yeah, like he kind of we're working on and talk each every other or each day, and he kind of I guess knows what direction I'm going in now. And
Yeah,
also with Toy, it's kind of like his his
yeah,
project that he kind of had in his mind forever, so it's kind of like I'll kind of write out the scenes, but I'll kind of, he kind of has like total freedom because he knows where he wants
right.
the story to go to in his mind. So I kind of, yeah, like with Toy, I don't really have to write as much detail in the different
You're
scripts and stuff.
more focused on like the dialogue and like,
Yeah,
oh, this is where we're taking the plot versus
yeah,
in some other
exactly.
things we might have been like, hey, maybe zoom in on this character over in this panel and they're going to be walking through here, versus now you're kind of can be like, yeah, it's your world, like this is what they're going to say.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Like I'll put in like the jokes and stuff like that, and then like when I write out like a panel or something, like I'll put in a suggestion. I'll be like, hey, I think it would be cool if we did, this and this panel, and he'll kind of draw it out, and then if he thinks it should, if he kind of wants to do it a different way, he'll come back and say like, hey, what if we made
Yeah,
Toy do this in the panel, and we'll kind of play around with it.
no, I think that's cool. That's cool to have
Yeah,
that, like, kind of you guys pretty much can trust each other to take it in a different direction and make it even better.
yeah, yeah, and we did that too with like we're working on the next issue of Paranormal Hitmen,
Yeah,
and like there was one page where it was I think like 4 panels originally, and he came back and said like, hey, I kind of want to do like a big like one splash page with this character here, and we kind of moved everything aside and went that route and made a one page.
yeah. I and that, like, I don't remember which Scott Snyder book it was, but there was one where like he shared in the back matter like the script, and there was like
Mhm.
one of the panels was just like to, I can't remember which book or artist it was. It was essentially just like, this is just like, have fun, you know what to do here. Like something along those lines of like the direction for what's happening in the panel. And so it was like he just had that trust with his artist that they've worked together so much. I know you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah,
Draw whatever you want and have fun.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, and that's kind of what I did with Wilson. Like I'll talk, like even with like the characters of Paranormal Hitman, like the different villains in
Yeah.
this upcoming series, like ghosts and stuff. I'm kind of like, hey, like what kind of historical villain would you want to draw, and then we kind of put it in there.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, I'm excited to see where the new arc of that goes when we get to do it. Of course, always welcome to come back on when that's happening. We can talk about more Paranormal Hitman because that's so much fun.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that second volume. It's yeah, I just had a lot of fun writing it. It's yeah.
Anything you can tease about some like minor historical villains that might pop in, not main plot.
Um I'll say this. I spent a lot of time reading up on pirate lingo,
Okay,
different
okay, I'll take that.
pirate talk.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
it. Gonna hopefully that means we get to go on a pirating adventure as well, in addition to pirate appearances.
Yeah, I learned a lot of different phrases that yeah, when I went to college, I know there was a bunch of pirate parties, but I wish I would have known some of those sayings. I know there was like National Talk Like a Pirate Day, but
Yeah, I
that's
remember
what
that.
yeah, I remember my friends had a party at pirate, yeah, to talk like a pirate on National Talk Like a Pirate Day. So
I mostly got is just arg matey.
yeah, that's what everybody was saying. But I found this like this link or website where it had like a whole bunch of sayings and
That's
it
awesome.
was just like crazy.
Like, are you trying to prepare yourself for Talk Like a Pirate Day? Come
Yeah.
on down. Except for they probably would not say come on down talking like a pirate. Walk the plank.
Yeah, that was one of yeah, walk the plank and yeah, crack what was the one? Crack Jenny's cup, I think it was, which is like going to a brothel. So it was
Or
learning a whole bunch, basically a new language for some of these panels.
yeah. Or we've got why is all the rum gone?
As
Courtesy of
yeah,
Captain Jack Sparrow. Oh man. No, but yeah, so well I guess we'll bring it back to Toy here to kind of wrap things up at the end. But Toy slated for March 15th, it looks like, from Keenspot.
yeah. It's
Currently,
it's it's
cur- I was
funny.
gonna say,
Oh,
currently in
sorry.
the previews catalog.
Yeah, yeah. In the previous catalog, March 15th, and then it's funny. Kingdom Come Deliverance, the trade paperback release is March 14th. So it's
Is it releasing then from Lunar?
or maybe that's Simon and Schuster's date. Yeah, because that's on a Tuesday.
Oh, it could be them too. Yeah, I know
Yeah,
Simon and
it's either
Schuster.
Lunar or Simon. I know March 14th. One of them's
Friday.
releasing Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Friday. It's a great day for a release.
Yeah, yeah.
I was just looking up Lunar real quick, see if I can
Oh,
find
Lunar.
it. Kingdom Come. Let's see. I know I just recently I haven't been looking at Lunar too much, and then I was recently looking at it and saw um the Sumerian books over there. I was like, oh, I didn't even realize they had, kind of gone to both catalogs at this point.
Yeah, I think a lot of publishers are going with both Lunar and Diamond.
Yeah, which I think does add some good stuff in that, like, if you miss an order date on one of them's happening probably a week later usually. It seems like there's like a little bit of an offset between their order dates. So
Oh, okay.
if you miss one, you may have a second shot at an FOC date on certain books. I do see it does say March 15th, which seems weird because Lunar
Hmm.
is a Tuesday usually.
Oh, maybe they're
Maybe
yeah,
there's made a typo on their website because
yeah,
Lunar is
maybe
usually a Tuesday. Um, who knows? They've got like
yeah,
all kinds of weird dates on their website now. It's a little honestly, I want Lunar's website to be a little bit more organized and less clunky than it is right now.
yeah, yeah.
I like the functionality of Diamond's website. Not that Diamond necessarily functions 100% all the time, but I like the website functionality. My store just keeps getting shorted stuff from Diamond like every week. and so they have to wait
yeah, I
and
see
wait.
that a lot on like Instagram and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, like there's a manga from 2 weeks ago they still haven't gotten in, and there's a book book that was supposed to come out this week that got shorted. I'm like, how do you do that? Like, they just didn't send them any of the issues. It's like, all right, cool.
Yeah, and then that ends up like hurting the writers and artists and publishers and stuff. And
Yeah.
yeah.
Now I'm actually curious if that publisher is over there too. It's Mad Cave. I don't know if they're over there or not. But yeah, it's cool though, like that there is that option now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not just one distributor. It's
Yeah.
there's two
So
now.
whatever the shops feel more comfortable ordering from, they've got that option out there.
Yeah.
And then so the trade paperback for Kingdom Come Deliverance coming out pretty much the same time, at least through some sort of source.
Yeah, somebody will. Yeah, somebody's gonna deliver it. Yeah, it
in
might
the
have
New
been.
Year.
I don't know. Maybe it was Simon and Schuster. I don't know.
It
I
might
know.
be.
Yeah, I guess it comes out that week, the same week.
Yeah, Diamond does have March 15th listed also. So it's
Okay.
probably Simon and Schuster.
Okay.
Which, yeah, I keep trying to tell my shop to get on their thing, because the Diamond trade paperback sometimes get delayed. Like Walking Without a Soul from Sumerian, it was supposed to come out in like June from Simon and
Yeah.
Schuster, and it did, and then it was like October from Diamond or something. I was
Oh
like,
wow.
what? How does it take so long? I bought it off of Amazon and had it for months, and then my shop got it in. I was like, okay. Okay, Diamond. So yeah, lots of options for availability out there for
Yeah.
trades. So if you really are looking to get it as quickly as possible, I guess just search. Lots of places will have it.
Yeah, like Amazon, Barnes and Noble. I mean, yeah. I mean, I always try to go to comic shops first to,
Yeah.
especially support local comic shops. But yeah, I do know sometimes there are delays with Diamond and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I do want to share this out there too, because I think people may like this, the homage cover to Super Mario here. For
Yeah.
the video game fans, collectors of homage covers. I like
Yeah,
this.
that's one of my favorites. Yeah, I'm glad we ended up going with the Mario homage
That
cover
one,
there.
that one's also Wilson.
Yeah, Wilson did all the variants for this.
Okay, and
Yeah.
his coloring really changes how his art looks. Like that one was a
Yeah.
brighter, right? Like a bright color here. We got a little maybe more muted tones here. Some bright, but like I don't know, a different palette that he's using here. I like it.
Yeah, and
I like that flexibility in his art.
yeah, like you said, his art definitely changed for this. I mean, it's different genre and more cartoony and for the
Yeah.
all ages book. But yeah, I thought he did a great job with the art.
I also like this line they gave you guys in the description from the crazy creators of Sumerian's Paranormal Hitmen. Uh, but yeah, no, like I said, I don't remember if I said this when we were on, or if this was beforehand, but it reads very much like you are watching an episode of a animated show. So I think
Yeah.
you really do enjoy animated shows that have that duality in humor for kids and adults. I think this is a great one to pick up.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, that's what we were going for. Is each issue kind of being its own separate kind of like its own separate TV episode, and I
Yeah,
guess the goal now is to try to get it option for TV, down the road.
yeah. Get those animated TV show producers looking at this, and
Yeah.
they'll
Yeah.
be. I think they'll find this be a nice gold mine of entertainment for kids.
Yeah, that's the goal. Yeah, hopefully we'll have more down the line.
Yeah. So where can people follow you and see what's going on with everything?
Yeah, Instagram at B Murphy Wright, and same with Twitter at B Murphy Wright, and I'm actually in the process of getting a website up and running, so I'm hoping to have that in the next couple weeks that I'll put on social media as well, and yeah, those are probably the best ways to find find out what's coming out.
Awesome. Well, thanks again for coming on talking about Toy. It is in the catalog right now, so tell your shops that you're interested. I think next week is their final chance of ordering for the catalog. Does Keenspot get a FOC date? I don't remember.
No, I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Like I know Sumerian, like they got like the 3 or 4 weeks out FOC. I don't remember if Keenspot does or not. So just to be sure, tell your shops now. just
Yeah.
early orders are always better. Pre-orders help shops so much in knowing what to order. So
Yeah.
tell your shops. But yeah, thanks again for coming on. Thanks everyone for watching as well. Really
Yeah.
appreciate that.
Thank you. Yeah. Thanks again.
Absolutely. So yeah, have a nice night, everybody.